All right, let's talk about something that so many of us deal with but might not fully understand. Insomnia. You know, it's way more than just tossing and turning for a night. So today, we're going to pull back the curtain and really demystify it. What it is, where it comes from, and how it's actually figured out.
I mean, who hasn't had this feeling, right? You're lying there in the dark, you're exhausted, but your brain is just running a marathon. It's replaying your day, making to-do lists, anything but shutting down. That feeling is exactly where our conversation starts today.
Okay, so let's get right into it. To really get what insomnia is, we have to look past that simple idea of just not sleeping. It's a very real, very specific sleep disorder, and it has some clear rules.
And here's the official take. The key part, the absolute kicker, is that last little phrase, despite having the opportunity. This isn't about choosing to stay up late to binge a show or being woken up by a loud noise. Nope. This is when your body has the perfect chance to sleep. Quiet room, comfy bed, but it just can't. That's the core of it.
Now, what's really fascinating is that insomnia isn't just one single thing. It's not a one-size-fits-all problem. It actually breaks down into two major types, and it all depends on how long you've been dealing with it. So on one hand, you have acute insomnia. Think of this as a temporary visitor. It's that rough week of sleep you get before a huge presentation or after a really stressful event. It shows up, makes life difficult, but then it leaves. On the other hand, you have chronic insomnia. This one is more like an unwelcome roommate. It sticks around for the long haul. We're talking at least 3 nights a week for 3 months or even longer, and it's usually tied to something deeper going on.
And you might think the struggle ends when the sun comes up, but that's really not the case. The effects of insomnia don't just disappear at dawn. In fact, that's often when you feel them the most.
Yeah, this is so crucial to understand. We throw around the word tired all the time, but this is a whole different level. It's a deep-down exhaustion that can color every single part of your day, from your mood to your ability to just think straight.
And here's what that actually looks like in real life. It's that awful feeling of waking up and feeling like you haven't slept at all. It's snapping at people for no reason. It's that brain fog where you can't focus on your work, or you walk into a room and completely forget why you're there. See? These are real-deal impacts on your life.
So, the big question is, why? What's actually causing all this? Well, the truth is, insomnia isn't simple. It's usually not just one single thing, but a whole mix of different triggers working together. And this table lays it out beautifully. You've got the psychological stuff like stress and anxiety. And get this, even just worrying about not being able to sleep can keep you awake. Then you have medical issues like chronic pain. And of course, there's our own lifestyle. That extra cup of coffee, staring at our phones in bed, a totally chaotic sleep schedule. It really shows you how our minds, our bodies, and our habits are all tangled up together when it comes to getting good rest. Okay, so if you're dealing with this, how do you actually get answers? How do you find that why? Well, thankfully, figuring it out isn't just guesswork. It's a really methodical process. The journey to a diagnosis is actually pretty logical. It all starts with a conversation, just talking through your sleep habits. Then, you might be asked to keep a sleep diary for a couple of weeks, which helps paint a super clear picture of what's really happening night to night. A physical exam is key to make sure nothing else medical is going on, and sometimes, if they suspect something else might be at play, like sleep apnea, they might recommend a sleep study to get a really deep look. And honestly, this quote just says it all, doesn't it? It perfectly sums up why we're even talking about this. This isn't some minor inconvenience. It's something that can genuinely shake up your energy, your mood, your focus, your entire quality of life. So, we'll leave you with this to think about. Now that you've got the breakdown of the what and the why, what's just one tiny, manageable step you could think about for your own routine? Because sometimes, just understanding the problem is the most powerful first step you can take.